You may have heard that about half of all marriages end in divorce. You've probably also heard that money is the main reason couples call it quits.
So with the economy struggling right now, you would think a lot of relationships are on the rocks. But News 4's Mark Allen joins us with why some people are just too poor for divorce. And Mark, so much for marital bliss, right?
Well, Beth, you would think that's the case with people losing their jobs and the values of their 401ks and homes. But we found this down economy seems to be driving down divorce rates. Your wedding day, the happiest day of your life, when you say your I do's, become one, and agree to stick it out for better or worse. Sadly, that's not the case for many couples. About 50% of all American marriages end in divorce. The number is even higher for second and third marriages. But lately, as Wall Street takes a dive, so does the number of couples taking a trip to Splitsville.
The economic downturn has certainly affected things.
Spartanburg attorney Ben Stevens spends most of his time in family court dealing with child custody, child support, and yes, divorce. He's seeing a drop-off right now in divorce cases.
I think statewide and particularly here in the upstate, it's been the same thing. Everybody's really experienced a little bit of a downturn.
Just look at these numbers from the South Carolina Judicial Department. Last March, there were 1,520 divorce cases filed statewide. That number dropped to 1,449 in April and dropped again to 1,326 in May. In fact, except for the month of October last year, the number of divorce filings dropped every single month for 2008.
You know, until the economy rebounds, I think it'll continue in that same trend.
Wyatt Henderson in Greer is one of the only certified divorce financial analysts in the upstate. He makes sure settlements are fair for both sides. And while he has plenty of divorce cases on his desk right now, he says many couples are choosing not to fight to the bitter end.
We're seeing more and more people maybe attempt to, or give it more of an attempt to settle on the front end and not have to, dedicate so much of their resources to going through with a divorce.
That's because contested divorces can rack up tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees. Uncontested ones, those settled early on, cost far less. Henderson also says some people are delaying divorce altogether.
One will occupy one part of the house. The other spouse will occupy the other part of the house. And they're basically just sitting tight.
Until the economy rebounds. See, that's the catch. Divorces are down, but that doesn't mean all couples are on the road to happily ever after. Some are letting the markets dictate when they'll move on.
People are always going to get divorced. So divorce lawyers are sort of a necessary evil in society, I guess. So it's always going to be there. It's just the volume is going to be the question.
And while divorces were down big time last year, the number of cases actually spiked in January and February this year. Divorce attorneys say that's typical as filings always go up after the holidays. But they expect if the economy stays down, so will the number of divorces. Beth and Nigel?
Mark, thank you very much.
And thank you for joining us at 5.
News 4 at 6 with Michael and Carol starts right now.